Hi boys and girls, Miss Cohn here, and today we are going to learn how to draw Pandora's Box. I can't wait to see what you make, and thanks for watching. All right, boys and girls, it's Miss Cohn here, and today I'm going to show you how to make two different types of exploding boxes. These are inspired by the story of Pandora's Box, and I'll post a link to that in our Google Classroom. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. If you want to use markers, you can. If you want to use colored pencils or crayons later on, that's fine. But we're just going to need to start with pencil and paper. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this kind first. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to make the second one as well. All right, to do this one, we're going to start by just drawing a rectangle towards the bottom of our paper. Now, when I'm drawing, I'm trying to draw lightly so that if I make any mistakes, it's not too hard to erase them. There's my rectangle. I'm going to draw another rectangle right on top, right in the middle, a smaller one. Taking my time. All right, next we're going to connect those corners with a diagonal line. See how it's starting to look like an open box? We just have to add the lids that help close up the box. So to do that, we're going to add a short diagonal line and then a longer diagonal line on one side. Same thing on the other. Short and longer. Connect those lines. You've got the side flaps of your box. The last step we're going to do is just extend this diagonal line to make the front flap. We're going to do a parallel line that's parallel to this edge of the box, this front edge. Just like that. And it's okay if your lines aren't perfectly straight. If you want to go back and erase them, you can. If you want to use a ruler, you can. I'm just going to stick with this. I'm going to erase those little lines right there. I don't need them anymore. All right, so there's my basic box. I'm gonna add a little horizon line right behind it for it to sit on. And then what you need to think about is what you wanna have come exploding out of your box. Now in my example, I showed you a rainbow, so you can do something like that, but it could be really anything you want. You could have hearts exploding out of here, stars, fire, slime, really anything you could think of, spaghetti, anything silly, anything scary, it's totally up to you. I'm just going to show you how to do that basic rainbow, and then you can see later on how to do some other creative ideas. Okay, so I'm just going to do a kind of crazy wavy line. It's starting from inside the box, not from outside. You want it to look like it's coming from inside the box. I'm going to do another one, a wavy line, all the way up to the top of my paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and erase this little line back here. And I could stop here. Maybe this is going to be turned into slime, and I could add some little ovals and circles and organic forms to show that it's kind of like shiny slime. Or I could add the stripes, turn it into a rainbow. I could have done maybe some fire inside here. You have so many different options. All right, I'm gonna pause here. You can outline everything with marker, you can add color, totally up to you. Let's check out the next way to do this kind of box. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make this type of box. It's a little bit trickier, but it's kind of those same steps of drawing straight lines, diagonal lines, connecting, erasing. You can do this. All right, we're going to start again, just pencil and eraser. Later on, if you want to use marker or Sharpie or colored pencils or crayons to add detail and color, you absolutely can. We're just going to start with pencil and paper. All right, so I'm going to start again towards the bottom of my paper with just a straight horizontal line. I'm going to do a straight vertical line, but much shorter right in the middle. Then I'm going to add a small V on top of that vertical line. And then I'm going to add a V on either side, but it's going to have a long edge, a long line, and a short line. Same thing on this side. Long line, short line. Then I'm going to put a big upside down V on the bottom. Now I know this doesn't look like a box yet, but trust me, we're getting there. Next, we're going to connect these corners, the bottoms of the V's, to make the opening of our box, just using straight lines. And like last time, if you want to use a ruler to make these extra straight and precise, you definitely can. I'm just doing it freehand right now. And you know what, that one came out a little bit too bumpy for me, so I'm going to go ahead and erase. And again, that's why we draw lightly so that we can go back and erase any lines that we don't really like. All right, there's the opening of our box. We're going to erase this horizontal line. Okay, but we're going to keep that vertical one. Next, we're going to draw the flaps of the box. So all we're going to do is connect those diagonal lines. Okay, the last part is to add the bottom of the box. So I'm going to extend this vertical line, I'm going to right down the middle, and then I'm going to make two short vertical lines on either side. Imagine that they're coming down right from that corner. You don't need to do that dotted line. That was just so I could show you. All right, two short vertical lines and connect them. All right, and there's your box. So same as last time, we're gonna add a little horizon line so that it looks like it's sitting on something. And then again, you can decide what you wanna have coming out of this box. Again, it could be a rainbow like I showed you in the example. I'm gonna show you something a little bit different now in case you wanted to make like bubbles coming out of it or hearts or something like that. You can start by just drawing a couple of them sort of above the box and like the air above it. You don't have to do anything too fancy with these. If you want to make them into bubbles, you can do what I call little like wavy hashtags. But let's say these wanted to be emojis or smileys or I don't know, pizzas coming out of the box. It's up to you. Where it gets a little bit tricky is when we want to make them look like they're coming out from inside of the box. We're going to need to doing a little bit of erasing with that step. So I'm going to draw some more of these circles inside my box. And anywhere there's a line, like here, that's cutting through your circle, you want to erase that. And that will help it look like our circles are in front of the back edge of the box, and it will give that illusion that they're coming out from inside of the box. You can even add some half circles or half, any kind of shape that you're using. All right. Same thing as with the last example, you can do markers, you can color it in, you can add other designs, anything you want coming out of your box. I'm really excited to see what you make. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do some of that shading to make your box look more three-dimensional. In my example, I use a colored pencil. You can do colored pencil or crayon or regular pencil, which is what I'm going to show you with right now. So remember, when we're shading, we're changing how hard we're pressing our pencil against the paper. So to go from dark to light, we're going to be pressing our pencil really hard, and then we're going to be gradually releasing or lowering the pressure that we're using to color with. So I'm going to start on the inside of my box. It's going to be darkest, kind of furthest away. So I'm going to be pressing pretty hard. You can see it, it's almost black on both sides of my exploding slime, fire, rainbow, whatever, hot fudge, whatever you decided to do. Then on either side, I'm going to press a little bit less hard. It's still going to be in shadow. It's still going to be a little bit darker, but the value is going to be not quite so dark. So I'm still pressing hard, but not that hard. Okay, and the last place we're going to add some value is right under that flap that's in the front. This is going to go from dark to medium to light. So it's going to be darkest right underneath the box, and then we're gonna go to medium, so I'm pressing less hard, to light. Now, it's a lot easier to do shading with a regular pencil, not a mechanical pencil, but if that's what you have, you're just gonna get really good at that. But I would recommend using a regular pencil, okay? If you got a little bit messy, go ahead and clean up those edges. I got a little messy. So that's how we do our shading. I'm gonna show you the same thing, how to shade on the other type of box as well, okay? So with the other type of box, we're gonna have the darkest shade, darkest value, right inside the box as well, pressing really hard. Again, you could do this with a color instead of a pencil, it's up to you. You cannot really do this with a marker though, unless you have a bunch of different markers that are, for example, light blue, medium, dark blue. But otherwise you really need a pencil or a color pencil or a crayon. Okay, so we've got dark. We're gonna do kind of a medium dark on this side. So still pressing hard, but not quite as hard. Okay, and then the other places we're gonna add some shading are gonna be right under those flaps. So I'm gonna do kind of dark to medium to light. Same thing here, dark to medium to light. Kind of make it fade out if you want. And same thing under here. Dark to medium to light. Dark to medium to light. Again, if you got a little messy, no problem, just erase that. All right, thanks for watching.